Guys, this is Palmy Pro Box Respect TKO. I'm at the West Ham Boxing Club with trainer, brother, friend, Darren Hamilton, former British light welterweight champion. How you doing, bro? You alright?
Great.
Yeah. Just had a session. How did that go, mate?
Just like all the other sessions, it's great.
Yeah.
Always setting the plan, creating new styles, creating new rhythms. You know what I mean? I'm always doing something. I'm always every time I train someone, I'm always building. To say.
I've seen you say before, you've got the game plan. You've got the plan for future champions. How does that come about? I mean, I know you're very experienced, former British champion.
My training is based on how I trained myself, how I taught myself. I'm not even trained, because I don't like the word trained, because I'm not trained, I'm a teacher. That's the difference. There's a lot of trainers out there.
Yeah.
There's only very few teachers. And basically what my style was based and designed to destroy and destruct the everyday Marcus of Queensberry's rules, basic rules, limited rules. So my plan is basically any pattern that is created, I'll create that pattern and break it.
Yeah.
Any pattern that has been created, I know the style is created so that my fighters know exactly what the other fighter's going to do. Because it's textbook. All I need to do is buy the textbook, bring the textbook, borrow the textbook, and then whatever's in the textbook, we do the opposite of it.
Okay. Darren, I know you had your last professional fight. I think it was about a year ago, so maybe a bit longer. Would you consider coming back for maybe an exhibition fight or something?
Nah.
No. Quite happy in training.
Yeah, I'm happy with what I'm doing as well. I'm making moves as well. I'm not going to say anything what the opportunity. I've been given a very big opportunity before me, which is to do with training and boxing, and this is the side of it. I'm enjoying doing what I'm doing. I'm enjoying teaching people and stuff. Hunger, man. I'm not hungry like I was before.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Got a lot of young talent here as well, though, mate. Haven't you? Got a lot of young talent here as well.
I'm still looking for a me, though. Do you know what I mean? I'm still looking for a me, because there was nothing I wouldn't do to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing that I would do to win, and I know. And I think when I find me, because I always ask this magic question, I always say to them, "Do you want to go running?" When they say what time, I say 4 o'clock. If their face looks like, "Oh my God, are you crazy?" then I know that's not me. Because when I was training, when I was hungry, I wanted to win that much that I would never compromise anything, especially fitness. Do you know? And there's nothing I wouldn't do. I always say the piss thing. I'm joking. So I would drink a cup of piss. Do you know what I mean? Just to think if I thought that would improve me, I'd drink a cup of piss. I'd drink 2 cups. That's me. Do you make sense? Look at these fighters now. They compromise. Oh, I only want to do this. I only want to spar there. No, I only want to spar him. Do you mean, yeah?
Pick and choose. Yeah.
Yeah, pick and choose. Harry used to have me spar middleweights, super middleweights, all weights. Does it make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You better just grab that. You better train as hard as you physically can. And every time I come into the gym and have an excuse of why I didn't want to work hard today, or Harry would just look at me and just go, "Lovely story. Get your raps on." That's it. End of the day. And I don't think I can't find another me yet.
You know I know that, Dan, because I trained under you, and I've also admired you from outside of the ropes as well. So fair play to you. Who are some of the guys you're training here, Darren? Some of the young talent.
We have Nathan Wees here. We have Brandon Ball here. We have Daniel Khan. I think his name is Daniel Khan here. We have.
That's not us, by the way. Got Philip Bowes.
Philip Bowes here.
Yeah.
That's Nathan Wees. Nathan Wees here. We have Robert. Yeah, we've got a few guys there.
Okay, excellent. Saw a little clip of Junior as well. Your son, Ethan, looking.
Ethan's part of the plan. That's what I'm saying. I'm quite. He is. See, all it needs to happen now is for someone who I've taught from the beginning.
Yeah.
And the only people who I have who I've done that with is white collar guys.
Yeah.
And my white collar guys are good enough to spar a couple of rounds with professionals. Yeah. Does that make sense? So there's the proof to the pudding that I can actually create. That my style, the way I teach, and my effective style can work with anyone, because I can teach beginners to fight my style, and I'm going to change the game. Because people say that you can't train everyone the same way. Well, my style is that. How can I say it? It's that versatile that I can train anyone the same way as I train someone else, because it's got that many different ways of executing the jab, executing movement, executing defense. So yeah, Ethan is the proof in the pudding because I've trained him since he was 2.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had his first fight. The guy that he fought had one fight, one loss before he fought Ethan. Now that club's thought they've been had over. They go, that kid must have fought before. Yeah, probably in his last life.
Yeah.
Some of them. He's very spiritual as well. But yeah, this kid's got out. He's not seen it. I don't know if you see it. If you could get it, it's on my page, Facebook page for my Facebook friend. You can see it. Yeah. And all you see is this little kid like this, big gloves on, and he's just like that. The other kid's taller than him like that, and they go, Ethan Hamilton Morgan, and he just goes, this little diddy kid. You think it just doesn't look like this kid that looks like he's gonna come out and do what he did. Comes out first round, proper ammo style, southpaw version.
Yeah.
Spinning on him, footwork, first round knockout.
Yeah. He was I was very impressed.
I'm impressed. That's my favourite video.
Yeah.
I watch it over and over again.
And who better to start with than your own son? Darren, obviously we know that you're in terms of the training. Whereabouts are you, mate? Are you sort of fully licensed now, or are you going through the badges?
I'm a fully licensed trainer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm a fully. Is it trainer second or something like that?
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got the license so that I could be a second in a corner. So I think I could be I can be a trainer as well. But for the meanwhile, I've not actually been the main guy in any corner yet. I never fight that I train as well. I was training with Dan Sarkozy, but I never get to be the main role as the main trainer. I'm the second at the moment. So whereas like with boxing, I'm just building my way up with the training as well. So I'm a trainer second at the moment. But with the semi-pro thing, I'm the main trainer in that. Mark Dennis is someone who I do on the semi-pro scene. Yeah. A lot of people don't say there's no such thing as semi-pro, but whatever you want to call it, if you want to call it unlicensed.
Just took the words out of my mouth.
Unlicensed, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you see Queensbury, for me, is the nearest thing to professional that you can get.
Yeah.
The way how it's set up, the way in the press conferences, the way how they go about, I think it's similar to pros. The only thing that isn't similar is the amount of the duration of the rounds. You know, it's like 3-2s, it's a bit like amateur. And when you fight for a title, it's 4-2s. I think it's 5-2s if you fight for a bigger title.
Yeah.
But the way how they got their title set, the way how they got their system set up, like you have to fight your way up to get the novice, then you get the. It's very professional in that respect, but the duration is just like amateur.
Well, we was at the same venue, weren't we? Epsom Racecourse, Mark, what a performance, clinical performance. I enjoyed it. I mean, when you look at the guy who came in, Mark's always been fit. I've sparred Mark, as you know, but when he came in, the other guy just looked absolutely ripped. But to be honest, fair play to Mark Dennis. He took him apart clinically. 4 rounds, right?
4 rounds. 4 rounds.
4 rounds.
I can't understand judges. But you know what? Yeah, right. You see this judging thing. I'm moving like Marvin Hagler now, because see Marvin Hagler. What was the fight that he lost very close that he thought he won?
Sugar Ray.
Huh?
It was Sugar Ray, wasn't it? Split decision.
No, before that. Then from that time,
he was undefeated for about 10 years, wasn't he? Before that, bro.
He had a fight. I remember the story. He had a fight and he didn't win the decision. And from that time, then he said, "I'm not going to leave it in the hands of the judges."
Yeah. Can't remember the name.
And that was the gap between the Sugar Ray. And it was 10 years, you're right, in terms of the duration, and that was a turning point in the fight.
So basically, with the Curtis Woodhouse thing, from that day, I swear to God, the next person who I fought that after that I would have put him in hospital. It would have been a Eubank thing, I swear to God. Because the way I was moving was like I said, there was times when I knew I had him going or I could have finished him off, but I thought, let's not overexert myself, let's be smart, let's be sensible, let's be a bit more reserved. I went back to that because I probably saw that Adam Booth in the corner. I promised I would talk about this, and I actually made myself talk about this. Something I said I didn't want to talk about.
I was just going to say we're going to do this in a different subject because I know there's many pros who say there's only amateur and professional level. You've said semi-pro. There are a lot of guys who fight on the unlicensed white collar scene who see themselves as semi-pro. Yeah. So maybe we'll do a different. No,
but what I was getting to was that the fact that from then I just said to myself, I'm looking to take up, man, like how Marvin Hagler was from that day on. And then the way I teach now is I strategically get people to stop people, to stop, man. I call it lick off head season.
Take the decision out.
Yeah, lick off head season. So that's why I've been teaching Ethan. Now you have to understand, Ethan has went out there on his first fight and won his first fight by a knockout in the first round. Yeah. Lick off head season. Yeah. It's a certain way, a strategic way to do it. And I was part of another white collar promotions in Bristol called Gym to the Ring, GTTR. And 5 of my guys, I think 6 of my guys won by stoppage.
If you look even in the professional ranks, exactly your point proven. If you look at the beginning of the year, Badou Jack versus James DeGale, Canelo versus Golovkin. You had Hugh Fury versus Joseph Parker. One of the scorecards there last week as well. DeGale versus Truex. You know, we've had some tremendous fights this year, Darren, but a lot of them, I think the first card, when it's announced as a draw, I think people being bewildered, haven't they, a little bit by the scoring? And those are 4 fights. I remember at least they've either ended up in a draw, or at least one of the scorecards has been a draw when it shouldn't have been.
Boxing is very subjective. I scored the DeGale and Jack fight. I had it a draw as well.
Did you really?
I had it a draw as well, but. Even though that fight's he's not the same again after that fight, but I actually had that fight a draw. Some of them are controversial.
Yeah.
Some of them are controversial. I can think of controversial decisions, like bad ones. I mean, Froch Darrell was terrible.
Yeah.
Froch Darrell was terrible. Someone think of another one. Where someone blatantly won, but then everyone didn't get the decision.
It's probably too early in the morning.
Yeah.
Morning, afternoon.
Yeah. He's somewhere else. He shouldn't even be in the room.
That's fine.
So that I can think of other ones that are more controversial.
Yeah.
With the Canelo Golovkin, again, that's based on how you determine boxing.
Yeah.
Because boxing is very subjective. Are you looking for the flashier man with a bit more movement, or are you looking for the guy who was the intelligence of him cutting off the ring and making the younger man do more work?
Yeah.
But throwing not as many punches, but the ones that he did throw counted. Then it goes down to what you looking for.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Exactly.
So yeah, but as I said, boxing is subjective. But sometimes it's just blatant robbery. How the hell could you?
Yeah, it can be controversial.
Do you know? I seen one the other day. I don't know what fight it was. I seen a fight the other day. Yeah, this was hilarious. There's this guy, and he was battering this guy, beating. And he knocked him down, right? He knocked him down. So I don't know if it was real or it was a joke. He knocked him down. The referee picked him up. He didn't even count him out. He picked him up off the ground, made him recover, and the guy won. Was that a joke?
Really?
Did you not see that? I thought it was hilarious. I don't know if it was unlicensed or if it was a joke or something. I don't know what it was.
I didn't think you were allowed to do that.
No.
You can't do that. It's crazy.
I think sometimes you get caught in a moment.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like. You see, even you go back to the Tyson and Buster Douglas, it was very evident it's 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But there was a moment or two where the situation was lost and then it was recovered. And
Yeah.
in that moment, they started counting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even there the other day, someone got knocked down, literally knocked down, and he wasn't even counted. I've forgotten the fight it was the other day.
Oh, you see it happen? Yeah.
He got knocked down, he put his foot down, and he just carried on like, but wasn't that a knockdown?
Also remember the fight not long ago with when Joe Smith Jr. knocked out Bernard Hopkins through the ropes,
Yes.
and the referee wouldn't let anybody outside of the ring
Yes.
help Bernard Hopkins out, and the count was being administered.
Was that wrong?
It's subjective. It goes back to subjective. It goes back to that moment. In that moment, people do or do not allow what should be or shouldn't be.
And where does this stop, bro?
I just don't know what
because they can push you.
I don't know what the rules of being knocked out of the ring. But anyway, we're going on tangent.
Listen,
So basically, off the back of the Curtis Woodhouse thing, I just started to train people to stop people. I wasn't someone who stopped many in my career. Obviously, I only had 3 stoppages. I only stopped 3 guys. But the more the more I've realised what I'm teaching, the more I understood boxing up to a level of being not even a normal teacher, but I call myself an advanced teacher because I see how people train or teach, and I just know that my level is some next level. And what I then said to myself is, wow, that's lick of head season. We can actually train people to actually stop people. So it's red lights, it's red light thing. Stop at the red light, and my sons are evidence of that. The white collar guys in Bristol with all the stoppages that they had, they're the evidence of that. And some of the white collar guys that I train in London, they're out going out stopping people, and they're the evidence of that as well.
Darren, before we wrap up very quickly, I want to give a shout out to somebody we're both close to, Sister Chrissy Morton, Bad Boy Promotions.
Mother.
Yeah, TKO. And very quickly, Darren, I got Mickey to do this. I want you to just a very small message to all the kids out there, boys, girls, because you were in a sort of dark place.
Yeah.
You've lived out on the streets, and then you became British champion. So just a quick message for all the kids out there, and for them to keep believing.
Guys, part of my remarkable story is that I was told that I couldn't. The more that they told me that I couldn't, is the more that I told myself that I could. Never make anyone ever dictate to you and tell you that you can't. Keep believing, keep trying, and one day you'll get there. You'll get to the promised land.
Great stuff.
Right.
Darren, appreciate that. All the best for 2018. And,
Peace!
Peace out. Take care, guys.